Hey there, Christina here. It is me. Don't worry, I did just get a haircut. I like to call this I finally stopped losing massive amounts of hair because I have a baby haircut. So it's just one of those things that happens when you're between 4 and 10 months postpartum. Is you just tend to lose a lot of hair. And the reason behind this is because, at least this is what I've heard, when you're pregnant you don't shed as much. So when your baby starts eating solid foods and breastfeeding less, you just shed a lot more. So it's perfectly fine. It happens, and it's just one of those things that a lot of people don't talk about. So it might become some of a surprise, but hey, it's an excuse to get a fun haircut. So, you know, there's a lot of stuff that people don't necessarily tell you about being pregnant or being a parent. And one of those things for me too was how difficult it was going to be to balance care with my partner. You both love this baby so much. You both want what's best for it. But sleep deprivation and dealing with a crying baby, it can all be very stressful on a relationship. So navigating that co-parenting relationship is essential to getting through, especially the first couple weeks and the first couple months of being a parent. So you can talk about it ahead of time, maybe have some plans in place, but beware that those will change depending on the situation and as your baby gets older. One of the more popular techniques to balancing care is called, I like to call it the input-output approach. So one parent feeds and one parent changes the diaper and cleans up, etc. If you have a breastfeeding parent, obviously the breastfeeding parent is going to feed and the other parent is going to change and clean up. So that's a great approach to start with. Bear in mind that if there is a breastfeeding parent, that it's almost impossible for the care to be 50-50, especially at the beginning, just because breastfeeding takes an incredible amount of time at the beginning. So it's almost never going to be 50-50 no matter what. So don't even try, because it's not worth it. So another technique is to split up time. So maybe one parent does during the day, one parent does the evenings, you trade off overnights. If you're bottle feeding, it's a great way to go because you can be a little bit more flexible as to who is feeding. If one parent is going back to work, be sure that the parent that stays home gets a break in the evenings. So one parent comes home from work and then hopefully can take the baby for even an hour, so that the parent who stays home can have some time to themselves, because as fun as it is to be home with a newborn all day, it can also be very exhausting and can be kind of draining emotionally and physically. So that's something to bear in mind as one parent might be going back to work. So as a parent who has stayed at home for a couple weeks with their baby, maybe you are getting ready to leave for more than an hour or so, and you are leaving your baby with your co-parent. So you might be a little bit stressed out because you do things a certain way and your partner might do things a different way, and you're going to be leaving them home for so long with your brand new baby. It's going to be okay. This is a great opportunity for your partner to kind of find their own way of doing things. Maybe they'll even find something that might blow your mind. It might revolutionize the way you change a diaper or something like that. But leave as many directions as you want to, but ultimately just trust that they are also a parent and they care for this child just as much as you do. And their approach might not be the same as yours, but it will work. And if it doesn't, they'll find another approach that will. So letting go a little bit and just trusting your partner to do their part is going to help a lot. One last trick I have, and something that my partner and I have used, as well as other parents I know. You are always allowed to, let's call it tap out, if you absolutely need a break. So if I tell my husband, I need to tap out right now, he immediately knows that he needs to take care of that baby for a little while I just go decompress. Otherwise, the shit's gonna hit the fan. So that's a great way to just kind of establish from the beginning, if I say this, that means that I need this. And be sure that you and your partner are both on the same page so that you are using that technique when you absolutely need to. It's a great way to communicate when you are beyond exhausted, for instance, or you're beyond frustrated, and all you need is 20 minutes to yourself, is just to say, I need to tap out. Immediately communicates that between you and your partner. So obviously communication is key. It can be tough when you're sleep deprived and frustrated, but just take a breath and go from there. Hopefully that can help you get through the first couple weeks, first couple months and beyond of being a brand new parent. So that brings us to the trivia for today. Besides an ultrasound, What other test can tell the gender of your developing baby? Is it A, a CVS, B, a Doppler, C, dangling your wedding ring above your belly, D, measuring the fundal height of the uterus? All right, answer below, and the first person to get it right is going to win a gift card to a fast casual restaurant or a great mystery gift from Belly's Babies. Thanks for tuning in.